the sports world. It's a circus.
Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas.
Score, put the ball down, give it to the referee. And I don't even care if you slam it down, but you don't have to dance. You don't have to call your mom on the phone. You don't have to go
The Sports Circus is a 1-hour primetime nationally syndicated program that's carried on ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC News, and CNBC radio affiliates, plus Cox, Comcast, Spectrum, Frontier, WOW cable TV affiliates across North America and nationwide in upscale hotels and resorts on hotel television in all 210 Nielsen-rated markets.
Just like a circus.
My life is just a party, and parties weren't meant to last. Dickerson.
Jason Hook, Zarbler from Five Finger Death Punch.
Sidney Justin from The Miracles.
My name is Curtis Blow. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. I'm here on the Sports Circus.
The Sports Circus brings top sports and entertainment content and is delivered fully produced and is easy pass-through traffic for radio stations. Simply drop the program in your traffic manager. The full 59-minute, 50-second file will coordinate with the clock. Your local station receives up to 4 minutes of local avails during the Sports Circus broadcast, and it's a great lead to live sports and entertainment.
Well, if you're going to talk about our congressman being crooked, why not talk about commercial products who don't do what they represent to do?
Yes!
Big Billy here. He certainly knows something about making things difficult on the competition.
He's a punisher.
Yeah, he just break the ribs.
Yeah, just,
I still haven't broke someone's collarbone yet in a boxing match.
That's a great statement. I have not broke someone's collarbone in the ring yet.
I've never heard that before.
I can't
Is
wait.
there a reason you said in the ring? I can't wait. Is it that you've broken collarbones just outside of the ring?
You did catch that, right? He said in the ring.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like,
He got him on the curtain. He got him on the edge of the ring and broke his collarbone.
Hey, this is Tommy John, and you're listening to the Sports Circus.
I had to get Sal's name right.
Well, that
Sal the floor
happened.
sweeper. That's his new name.
Sal the bookkeeper. Hey,
Yeah,
you know
but
what? I
even
have
my
a lot of
name-
nicknames,
even my
so
last
just
name.
Add that one to the bank,
But no, Alicia, you even got my last name wrong. That's
Well,
why I said my
I know it
colon
starts
was
with a
bleeding.
V. It starts with a V.
He said a V. Really? Quick, where's the punch sound? 400 punches.
Here's the punch sound.
Right, exactly. He was look, he almost knocked out the microphone.
Alicia, that's why they have cue cards, baby. That's so don't let the name bother you. Just bring a cue card with you next
But
time.
people can't read my name off a cue card.
Or change your name to Joe Smith or something. Jeez, make it easy.
This is Sal Tuzzolino, host and ringmaster of the Sports Circus. Why listen to the same old dog and pony show that you've heard all day long? The Sports Circus covers everything that other shows don't or are too scared to cover. There's no primetime show like it on air that'll punch you in the mouth and you'll beg for more. Also, you could call in and participate with our chaos if you dare. Join me and celebrity guests for Havoc and Mayhem. Remember, folks, it's a circus, and we prove it every day.
I want to try to instill some of this winning environment for this particular team. What's been your experience? Kevin, we're going to start with you. What was your experience going from Team A to Team B and bringing that Super Bowl experience to the next team?
They were kind of getting on me, wanting me to chill out a little bit, not play a game on a Wednesday and Thursday. But I always felt that, you got to play at game day speed on Wednesday and Thursday so that you're instinctive and you can play on game day speed on game day.
The Sports Circus is received well on all radio formats and is currently aired on sports, news, and music stations.
Andre Reed.
Mario Andretti,
Herschel Walker,
Roy Firestone.
Mike Haynes.
Tim Jeffco.
Rod Jaworski,
Al Bubba Baker. Brett Saberhagen.
It's a circus, and we prove it every day.
Aaron Fink. Breaking Benjamin. Jason Hartlett. Drummer for rock legend Ted Nugent.
Matt Starr, drummer for Ace Frehley from Kiss.
Phil Buckman, the bass player in the rock band Fuel.
Hey, brother.
Hey, we know quality content is hard to find, so if you're ready to have the Sports Circus in your market, give us a call right now at 714-948-0100. That's 714-948-0100. Or email us at info@thesportscircus.com. That's info@thesportscircus.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on your favorite station. Until then, so long, everyone.
Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you start up with capital, business strategy, sales, and marketing, and establish your company with a physical location or an online presence on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. then American Business Trust can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com. Or call them at 657-600-1876. That's American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They'll help your business right away. That's American Business Trust Company. Online at abtrustco.com. American Business Trust Company.
Do you have any questions about legal issues? Have you ever been stopped by a police officer and issued a ticket that you're scared to deal with? Have you ever been in trouble with the law and don't know what to do? Do you have a will or power of attorney question? Is your home being foreclosed upon and you don't know where to turn? Maybe you were given a contract that you don't understand. For freedom and a worry-free solution, call for Legal Shield today at 213-245-1305. It's that simple. You will have access to high-quality law firms that will fight for you for less than $1 a day. Peace of mind is just a call away. That's for Legal Shield. Call 213-245-1305 or visit us at nocourt.us. It's justice for all and not justice for some. So, you want to be in show business. Do people tell you that you're really funny, you have a great personality, and you should have your own talk show? Many of us have been told that, but we don't know how to get started. It's easier than you think. Let the pros at Cali Vegas give you a free talent evaluation. Call 949-445-1119 and learn how quickly you can create, produce, and host your very own talk show. Imagine not having to sit in traffic every day, commuting back and forth to the same old boring job. Get started in television or radio today with your free talent evaluation from Cali Vegas. Call 949-445-1119 or visit them online at calivegas.com. Make your dream come true today and create your new career and learn how to become a television or radio star with the help of Cali Vegas. 949-445-1119. Call now. Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you with startup capital, business strategy, sales and marketing, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. The American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, you may visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com or call them at 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away. Do you have any questions about legal issues? Have you ever been stopped by a police officer and issued a ticket that you're scared to deal with? Have you ever been in trouble with the law and don't know what to do? Do you have a will or power of attorney question? Is your home being foreclosed upon and you don't know where to turn? Maybe you were given a contract that you don't understand. For freedom and a worry-free solution, call for Legal Shield today at 213-245-1305. It's that simple. You will have access to high-quality law firms that will fight for you for less than $1 a day. Peace of mind is just a call away. That's for Legal Shield. Call 213-245-1305 or visit us at nocourt.us. It's justice for all and not justice for some. So, you want to be in show business. Do people tell you that you're really funny, you have a great personality, and you should have your own talk show? Many of us have been told that, but we don't know how to get started. It's easier than you think. Let the pros at Cali Vegas give you a free talent evaluation. Call 949-445-1119 and learn how quickly you can create, produce, and host your very own talk show. Imagine not having to sit in traffic every day, commuting back and forth to the same old boring job. Get started in television or radio today with your free talent evaluation from Cali Vegas. Call 949-445-1119 or visit them online at calivegas.com. Make your dream come true today and create your new career and learn how to become a television or radio star with the help of Cali Vegas. 949-445-1119. Call now.
Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you start up with capital, business strategy, sales, and marketing, and establish your company with a physical location or an online presence on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. Then American Business Trust can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com. Or call them at 657-600-1876. That's American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They'll help your business right away. That's American Business Trust Company. Online at abtrustco.com. American Business Trust Company.
Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal. Today's show is brought to you by Legal Shield, providing legal protection and peace of mind for less than $1 a day. Legal Shield can help with traffic tickets, texting and driving, DUIs, court appearances, estate planning, and even contracts given to you that you just don't understand, plus a whole lot more. Call Legal Shield right now for less than $1 a day. Get your legal help at 213-245-1305. That's 213-245-1305. Again, 213-245-1305. Or go to nocourt.us and tell them the circus sent you. Also, a big welcome to everybody listening in on iHeartRadio and our NBC Sports affiliates from coast to coast. So, Sammy, I got to ask you a question. What is it about the shift in baseball that makes people say, I really love it or I really can't stand it?
It's a good question, Sal.
I know it's a good question. That's why I asked it.
Well, it's a question I can't answer right now.
You got me. Come on, man. Got me. Are you in favor of the shift or not in favor of a shift?
You do anything. You do anything to put yourself in a way to win the game. Don't matter if you got to do the shift or it's not with the shift. Any way you're going to win the game, you do.
Okay, so what you're supporting the latitude given to Major League Baseball coaches and managers to put a shift on, right?
Absolutely. Do what you got to do to win the game. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about scoring runs. It's about position yourself, give yourself the opportunity to move forward and win that game.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. As a journalist, because you are a news journalist as well, right? You do broadcasting. You're also a news journalist.
Correct.
And if a manager, let's just say hypothetically, the manager for the Chicago Cubs, let's say Joe Madden says, you know, Sammy, I do the shift because it helps my team, but Major League Baseball wants to take it away from us, and I'm not in favor of it, but the rules are the rules. And you as a journalist have to come back and say, well, Joe, what is it that you don't like about it? And so after you ask him, he says, you know what, I don't like the fact that here all these stats are put in play on a particular player when these guys still got to go out and execute. So maybe 95% of the game, we've always heard this, is psychological, right? And 5% is execution. So out of that, your response to Joe Madden is going to be what? Are you going to give him, well, Joe, these are the rules and this are the rules you have to play by? Or are you going to give him the, well, Joe, I'm supporting you because you're doing whatever you have to do to manage your team. I mean, it's a big deal because the shift in Major League Baseball is a big deal for a lot of reasons. There's all these sabermetrics put on these players, and folks, we're talking about all these statistics and all this number crunching crap. And I know why they're doing it, Sammy. They're trying to engage other audiences that wouldn't necessarily follow baseball, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, absolutely. The shift is many ways makes the game a little more interesting. You could put, everyone stacked to the right side of the field like they do for, let's say, Kyle Schwarber. You want to pick on people in the Cubs. Kyle Schwarber is a heavy left-handed hitter.
Right.
Drives the ball to the left field side. It's a good idea for most teams to prepare and get you guys on that side, but at the same time, it's a mixed bag of how you're supposed to feel about that. But if I went up to Matt and said that, I say keep doing what you got to do. If it's within the rules, you could bend them but not break them. You can't break what's not broken, right?
Okay, so now if I'm their Cubs general manager, I'm going to turn right around and say, all right, Joe, guess what? Your hitting coach has to do something that they should have been doing anyway, and your hitting coach needs to tell those hitters that they need to hit to all fields. Sammy, did you ever play Little League Baseball?
I did for a little bit. I was a catcher. I loved to play baseball, but I was more of a wrestler growing up. I liked to wrestle.
Right.
One-man team, so.
No, I know that, but I asked you about the baseball because when you're a Little League player, you're taught to make contact with the ball. Now, wherever the ball goes is where the ball goes, and over time you master your craft. And you're some guys can actually hit the ball to the opposite field pretty easily and so forth, but I think that here's the problem. Players today are not spraying the ball all over the yard, and this is exactly why this shift thing actually works, because players are trying to pull the ball, hit home runs, uppercut, and so forth and so on. They're worried about exit velocity, and let's see how far I can hit it to my field if I'm a lefty, see if I can hit to right field in the upper tank. But the fact is, if these guys were doing fundamentally what they were supposed to be doing, the shift would be a non-factor.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the point of the shift is it's pretty understood. I mean, it's to take away singles and any extra base hits ahead of them. It moves the fielders out of positions. I think the shift is a good idea. I don't know how you feel about it, Sal. How do you feel about it, Sal? How about that?
Well, look, the one thing that I have to say is I like the fact that when hitters spray the ball, you cannot play them a very particular way. You have to play them straight up. Now, the shift will basically keep the ball in front of the fielders, especially the outfielders, right? So everybody in the outfield, or we know the ball is technically going to be in front of you. And guess what? Just as in between, we have a layer of protection. Maybe we put somebody in short right field or short center field or something like that. It's kind of like the old softball thing. But the idea of the shift I don't like because it exposes the balance of the field. And I don't like that because, let's face it, and we saw Robinson Cano it was sometime in a year previous. We saw Robinson Cano basically do a swinging bunt down to third base because they put the shift on him. Everybody was tilted to the right side, and he ended up getting a double against the Boston Red Sox from that tilt. And so my point is, you take a clever hitter and a skilled hitter, fine, you go ahead and do that. What if Kyle Schwarber can hit to the opposite field? What if he practices in the off season? And now you got a guy that can hit to all fields. And I know Schwarber's got power to all fields too. And so this really will fix the shift. I think if a lot of these guys work on in spring training and even in the offseason, if they're playing winter ball or whatever the hell it is, I think that those guys will basically get rid of the shift on their own if they start to swing the ball or swing to hit to all the other fields. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, you give up a good point, is that a lot of these players are going on their strengths and more working on hitting the ball instead of on a trajectory angle is that they were talking about?
Yes.
That goes back to the Cubs, is saying, like, all right, they're going for out-of-the-park home runs instead of going for a nice base hit, and they're going on their power side. So let's go with an example. Anthony Rizzo one time, they had everyone shifted to the right. Rizzo just laid down to the butt towards the left field side. Boom, easy single.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So if these players start to employ this, if the managers start to give those instructions, I think we're going to see a lot less shifting, and I think eventually the shift will do away with itself. That's probably the best remedy, because the shift in general, I understand the math behind it, but I also understand what it does to the players and how it takes away from the game, in my opinion. Anyway, folks, we're going to be back here in just a few minutes on the Sports Circus. Lots more to come. Don't go anywhere. We have a special guest. That would be Curly G, the grandson of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come. Okay, folks, welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal. This segment is brought to you by the American Business Trust Company, helping your company with business strategy, sales and marketing, capital resources, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. The American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. Visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's ABTRUSTCO, abtrustco.com, or call 657-600-1876. 657-600-1876. American Business Trust Company. Give them a call right now, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away. So, folks, we're here with a very special guest. And everybody knows his grandfather. Put it this way. And Brad Server is the grandson of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges. And yes, the Three Stooges. Very excited to have you along. Thanks for coming in, Brad.
Hold on a second, fella. I'm just getting out of the shower. Just hold on a second. Hiya, Sal.
Hey,
Great
what's
to be on your show?
All right, great to have you on. All right, so you're out of the shower. The good thing is you're out of the shower and you're ready to roll.
I'm ready to roll. I'm thinking about trying out for Celine's show and taking over the Vegas show for her.
Yes, that sounds great. We need something different over here.
Absolutely, and I'm very different.
Yeah, well, you're very different, and I mean, wow, how odd is it that you sound like your grandfather? You look like your grandfather. I've seen your material, your video, and so forth, and it's eerie. Because, I mean, growing up as a kid, I mean, what could be better than the Three Stooges? Seriously. And, Sammy, I'm sure that you would agree the same thing. I mean, really, what's better than hearing Curly do all of his sound effects and being silly?
Nothing. It's the man himself.
Yes!
It's a complete honor. And look, my register just changed because this is my normal voice. But what an honor and a privilege to be the grandson of Curly and to be able to go up in my register a little bit and just have the Howard tone. And it's a complete, like I said, what an honor and a privilege to represent my grandfather and to be the grandson. It's a 1 in a trillion chances to be his grandson. I'm so fortunate, and I'm blessed to be the ambassador to all the fans out there and to be on your show. I love the Sports Circus.
Woo! Yes! Well, that's very exciting stuff, and I'll tell you what, all the people from Honolulu all the way to New York and Toronto and a bunch of points in between, they get a chance to hear your story and hear a little bit more about maybe some things that they didn't know about Curly Howard.
You forgot about Chicago.
I said points in between, mister.
But Chicago matters. We deserve a whole big point instead of between.
We love Chicago. We just got done doing a show in St. Charles. We love Chicago.
Hey, it's my hometown. Let's
all right.
go.
Where were you? Did you do it over at the Pheasant Run? Or at the what's it, the Arcadia or something right there on the river, on the Fox River?
Yeah, we were doing our we got a Three Stooges live show that we're doing. We got a fantastic cast, and we're bringing some traditional Stooge material to the stage, and we got some singing, some dancing, and bringing some new material with it, and it's doing really, really well. The fans seem to love it, and it's a blessing to be able to hear them after the show and stay after the show and just say what a to come back to a time and see some material that they grew up watching. What a blessing, like I said. And it's the people in Chicago were amazing. We had incredible fans in Pennsylvania, and we're looking to keep the show going. We're going to hit all the spots in the U.S. and Canada, and hopefully we'll go abroad.
What's the name of the show?
It's the Three Stooges Live.
Three Stooges Live. How can people, Brett? How can people learn about the Three Stooges Live show?
Well, I think you can go to the Three Stooges Live on Facebook, and they can see upcoming dates. We're working on the 2019 schedule. They can certainly on YouTube, if they look up Curly G, we'll be posting videos, and we have some fun videos there. Yeah, we'll keep all the fans can look us up on Facebook and look me up, and we want to come. We're going to try to hit as many places as we can and bring the laughter back, because we all know we need to laugh more than ever these days.
We do. And now I know you're Southern California based. How often do you come here to Las Vegas?
I try to get out there maybe once every 6 months. I mean, I enjoy being out by the pool and having a few 10, 15 drinks, and then
have a drink or 12
and a little relax. Yeah, just like my grandfather. You know, the stories go. And now, probably for the listeners, just so they know, unfortunately, Curly left us in 1952. Right. Tragically, at a very young age. I believe he was 48. From complications from strokes that he had. And I was born in 1965. My brother was born in 1960, and my sister in 63. So, unfortunately, we never got a chance to meet him. But at a very young age, we knew that we were born with Howard blood. We were performing Broadway shows, makeshift Broadway shows. At the age of 3 and 4, I was playing Liza Minnelli and Judy Garland and stuff. And the most interesting part of it was it really came natural to us for many years, because probably at least for the first 6 years of my life, even after watching the Stooges for probably 3 years with my friends, 4 years, we had no idea that we were even related to the Three Stooges and related to Curly. It was a very odd situation that happened. So I think the fans should know that it's a really interesting story. We probably don't have all the time in the world to go over it, but hopefully I'll be back again to talk more about it. Or the book will be out hopefully soon. As we speak, all these events that we do add to the chapters, but it's just it's an incredible. Like I said, it's an honor and a privilege, and so. My grandmother basically remarried probably about a year after my grandfather, after they had divorced. And when my mother was 14 was when Curly died. So she basically had a new father, and that was pretty much the father that raised her, because she was young. So when we came into the picture, we had a fantastic man named Moses, which was Mo for short. So I had now another grandfather, one named Mo, one named Curly, and if she had remarried a Larry, I would have had the Three Stooges as my grandparents.
That's incredible.
But he's a wonderful man, and out of respect for him, they didn't tell us, because they knew that us Curly being our hero and the Three Stooges being our heroes, that he could probably never fill those shoes. So it was only after my brother went to a Broadway show when he was 12. Went to see Fiddler on the Roof with my grandmother. He knew after that show that he wanted to be an actor. He said on the way home, "Grandma, that was incredible. I know what I want to be." And she kind of slipped a little, turned to the side and just said, "Well, acting does run in your family. Curly Howard from the Three Stooges is your grandfather, your biological grandfather, but you will not go home and say anything. You can tell your brother, but you're not to say anything. We don't want to hurt Grandpa's feelings."
Wow. Could you imagine getting that kind of news? So, folks, by the way, we are here with Brad Server, grandson of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges. I mean, could you imagine getting that kind of news, Sammy, if someone said, "Oh, by the way, your grandfather is, I don't know, Mo Howard," or something like that? Could you imagine that? How would you handle that kind of news?
Let's go to Hollywood. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go. Show me off. Let's go.
Right. So, Brad, I mean, that must have been. It must have been one of those life-turning events, hearing something like that. I don't care how old you are. You're like, what? Really? You're a kid.
Right. And then, exactly. And what are you supposed to do? Because, our friends came over. We rushed home like every other kid after school to watch the Stooges. And, so to then the next day go to school and say, "Oh, by the way, we found out Curly's our grandfather. Curly's my grandfather." They're not going to believe you. It just seems so over the top. Right. That we just kind of kept it to ourselves for a while. We did tell our closest friends, but it was just something that pretty much for a long period of my life it was kept on wraps. I mean, not only as a child, but then there was litigation and stuff going on, and out of respect for my mom now was saying, because I had crazy blood, and I got crazy genes, and I was a rambunctious teenager, and I wanted to tell the world and explain why I was so crazy, but I didn't want to get my mom in trouble. So she said, don't act like Curly, don't do this, don't do that. So
well, that must have been tough.
Most of it, yeah.
That must have been tough. Coming home from school and watching them on TV, and now you find out you're related. That must have been really difficult. In the last minute of the segment here, take about 30 seconds and finish up on that.
Yeah, no, it was. It was just there again, a lot of forbidden rights. Don't talk about it. And so it was just, we were just trained basically to kind of keep it to ourselves. And it was, it's probably in the last 15 years that I've, maybe 20 years, just been fully embracing it and just reaching out to as many fans as I can and talking to your wonderful audience and just making it great. Every day is great, and keeping people laughing and keeping the laughter alive is what I want to do.
All right, Brad, make sure you come back with us for the next segment. We're here with Brad Server. We're going to be back in just a few minutes on the Sports Circus. Lots more to come. Don't go anywhere. Talking a little bit of Three Stooges. All right here on your favorite station.
Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you start up with capital, business strategy, sales, and marketing, and establish your company with a physical location or an online presence on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. Then American Business Trust can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com. Or call them at 657-600-1876. That's American Business Trust Company. 657-600-1876. Call them today. They'll help your business right away. That's American Business Trust Company. Online at abtrustco.com. American Business Trust Company. Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you start up with capital, business strategy, sales, and marketing, and establish your company with a physical location or an online presence on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. Then American Business Trust can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com. Or call them at 657-600-1876. That's American Business Trust Company. 657-600-1876. Call them today. They'll help your business right away. That's American Business Trust Company. Online at abtrustco.com. American Business Trust Company.
That's great stuff, folks. Welcome back to the Sports Circus. Here with Curly G, grandson of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges. Big welcome to everybody listening in on iHeartRadio and our NBC Sports affiliates from coast to coast, including our friends over in Honolulu on NBC Sports 1500 KHKA in sunny Southern California, on our NBC News, NBC Financial, and NBC Sports affiliates, KCAA 106.5 FM, 102.3 FM, and 1050 AM right here in Las Vegas, KSHP 1400, home of your Arizona Diamondbacks. In Chicago, WCGO 1590, our Westwood One News affiliate, and on the New York Yankees radio network, WLVL 1340, 105.3 FM, covering the greater Buffalo and Toronto markets. And we're still waiting for a call from the Mars rover as well for sonar. All right, this segment is brought to you by Cali Vegas, helping people just like you create and host your very own radio, TV, and multimedia talk show. Cali Vegas can help you with everything you need to get out of sitting in hours of traffic every day and host your very own talk show in your very own studio. Call Cali Vegas right now at 949-445-1119. That's 949-445-1119. Again, 949-445-1119, or visit them at CaliVegas.com. That's C-A-L-I Vegas.com. And tell them the circus sent you. Okay, back here with Brad Server, grandson of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges. And, you know, Brad, I'm glad that somebody like yourself has embraced the idea of the family, we'll just say the family business, right? Because now the whole generations and generations to come get to, if they've been living under a rock and they don't know about it in the first place, they get to live, learn, and or relive everything that your grandfather and the guys did from back in the day, but now you get to do it, I mean, technically, 80 years later?
It's remarkable. It's a wonderful privilege. Absolutely.
It is. And I remember coming home from school, just like yourself. I mean, for me, boom, it was the Three Stooges and Little Rascals. That's it. And, well, maybe if I was desperate, I'd watch the Brady Bunch. But the point is, it was always the Three Stooges. And everybody in school, what did they do? Think about your 4th, 5th, 6th graders, even 7th graders, whatever. They would always mimic Curly. All of his sound effects, his movements, his goofy leg movements, his personality. It was just infectious on the screen. And obviously, we as the viewers never got a chance to really meet him, but you just happen to be the grandson.
Yeah. Wow. What an honor. Let me tell you guys.
Well,
so, yeah, and it's like if people are lucky enough to, their parents that show them, the younger generation show them the DVDs, or they see the shorts on YouTube. I mean, that's great. In 2012, the Fairley Brothers came out with the new Three Stooges, and that cast did a wonderful job. And really what it was doing was paying tribute to the boys upstairs. But a lot of those kids that went to that show, and a lot of the teenagers, they went home and they started watching the original Three Stooges.
Right.
And that's fantastic. I mean, we need to bring back the shows of the baby boomer age and before that. But I mean, the TV shows, the movies, the musicals, the music of the 60s, the 70s, the 50s, all of that is just it's so wonderful, and it's so untapped, and we need to bring all of that back. We need to bring more music back. So I'm just I'm real excited. I mean, the Three Stooges Live is a great platform, but there's other platforms that I try to bring the laughter back with some of my pals on my YouTube channel, Curly G. There's some Big Baby videos that I'm a part of, and we bring some of the slapstick into the show. Almost every episode that I'm in, I enjoy getting hit. I mean, it's part of my DNA. It's part of my bloodline. And when I'm getting hit, they're like, "Is that okay? Was it too hard?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. Hit me more, because I was built for this." But I'd love for the listeners to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Curly G, and then Facebook, Curly's grandson. I've got a great fan page for everyone to join, which is Curly's Grandson's Corner, where you'll meet the biggest and greatest fans in the world. The Three Stooges fans are lifetime fans, and we have some of the greatest fans on these sites, and Instagram, Twitter. All you have to do is, my friends used to think it was a joke when I would tell people to Google me, but if you Google me, you'll find these little entities where I can reach out and you can just see some great materials every single day, some Three Stooges stuff. And it's just, social media for that, I think, is one of the best platforms. Some of the other stuff it's used for, not so great. But right now we're talking about the Three Stooges, and I'm on the Sports Circus.
Yes!
And that's freaking incredible.
Yes! It is incredible. Yes! Well, you know what made me laugh, Brad, is I watched one of those videos. I want to say it was like the 113th birthday video of Curly, and I think you got hit with like 100+ pies for every year.
113. Yeah, that was a day to remember. What an honor. I was talking about that with my good pal Andy, who is the big baby, by the way.
Uh-huh.
But we were like, I want to do something special for his birthday. Yeah, I want to do something special for his birthday. And they said, well, why don't you, take a pie? And I'm like, a pie? I haven't done anything my whole life for him like this. So we went around from dawn to dusk. I went around town met up with some celebrities at their homes, and then just went walking through Hollywood and took 113 pies in the face.
I watched that.
Day, and it was
man,
incredible.
that was hilarious. I got to tell you, out of all the videos I've seen for a better part of this year, it was funny. But what I love about it is it's good old-fashioned, silly slapstick fun, and it's not racially this or sensitive this. No, it's a pie in the face, for Christ's sakes. That's all it is.
Pies in the face are funny. It's
Pies
just
in the face are
universally
great.
funny. You know what I'm saying? And
I was
so
in a pie eating contest one time.
We had done, it's like if you do 113, there was 114. He just had his 115th. We did shoot a video. We just hadn't had a chance to cut it, but it will probably be coming out hopefully soon. And it was 115 slaps, pokes, bottles breaking, crashing, all of the stuff that happened to the Stooges, all in an afternoon. I mean, I probably had 9 concussions, but it was so worth it, and it's such an honor to be able to do that for the fans. I don't care how beat up I get.
Brad, what would be a great thing to do next time is maybe you can get the right from Disneyland to walk in there, and while everybody's waiting to get on Space Mountain, you just give everybody a pie on the 114th birthday, because the line's always at least 100+ deep anyway, and just go through the line, let everybody hit you in the face with a pie. It would make their experience waiting a hell of a lot more pleasurable. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think that's a wonderful idea. I think people should just want to start lining up now. Let's do it.
Yes! I'm all for it. Well, you know what's funny? I mean, look, you sound like him, you look like him, and I don't really think, I think in your real life, as you just go about your business on a day-to-day, I would imagine you just, from your DNA, you just have those mannerisms in you, and you probably didn't even realize it growing up either.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a very outgoing, free spirit kind of vibe to me, and just even like I said, not telling people who my grandfather was. They always said there's just something special about you. There's just something unique. And in my everyday life, I didn't take to acting. My brother is a very, very hardworking actor and music producer and stuff. And I took the easy route. I went into sales, and it was natural for me because I would get on the phone and kibitz, and I'd say, well, you can buy it from that guy, or you could buy it from Curly's grandson. And they bought a lot of stuff for me, and they still do. So it's
great.
It's great. It's great to just I set the bar really low in life as far as when I wake up, I have a smile on my face, and I just want to try to put smiles on other people's faces. So I'm just at awe with the Curly's grandson, and being part of the Howard family is, like I said, it's incredible. And I'm ready to continue this journey of bringing back as much as I can for the fans. Doing the Three Stooges live show is just I'm hoping someday, because I know you're in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping after we tour the U.S. and Canada and we jump over maybe into South American stuff, I'm hoping that we get a stint somewhere in Vegas, and I'm there every weekend, because then you and I can grab beers and go out and we can just make a ruckus of that place.
Well, I'm really good at making a ruckus. I guarantee that. I mean, look, it's a circus, and I prove it every day. And I always say when something weird happens, it's live, anything can happen, because you really never know what's going to happen. When you're doing live broadcasting, I got to tell you, Brad, anything could happen. I mean, here in the last 30 seconds, I had a really, really important interview, and this was, remember the movie Jerry Maguire? Right? So I had Lee Steinberg on the show. Right, Lee Steinberg, he's the real-life Jerry Maguire. And right when I'm ready to go in and do my interview, and I was in a remote office, I lost power in the building. And, you know, crazy things happen in live broadcasts. Luckily, I came up maybe a minute and a half later, and we had to leave the music playing like it's going right now. But it was just madness. And whenever something is live, you never know what's going to happen. So, folks, we're going to be back here in just a few minutes with Brad Server, grandson of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm Roy Firestone. Now it's time to throw it back to Sal.
My favorite one had to do with the Green Bay Packers. And I love the fact that they dealt off Ty Montgomery because of a blown assignment. Green Bay isn't Green Bay unless they have a good running game. Then they can win 10 Super Bowls. The fact is, you don't have a running game. You've got 70% passing, and that's not where Aaron Rodgers needs to be. He needs to be in a position where he's got a running game to offset the passing game and so forth. I like the move. Green Bay didn't have a running game anyway, so all they're doing is saying, we're going to get rid of you because you don't follow instructions.
Well, he made one of the most boneheaded plays I've ever seen. There's 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. They traded him on Tuesday.
They should have cut him on Sunday night.
He shouldn't have been on the plane back to Green Bay.
Right, they should have made him walk back to Green Bay.
No, it was a terrible play. Now, he's not a stupid guy. He went to Stanford. He's not a dumb guy.
He's not a dumb guy, but he doesn't follow instructions.
He made a terrible play.
The fact is he didn't follow instructions. And you say he's not a dumb guy. His own agenda he put ahead of his team.
I agree.
Thus, he is a dumb guy. Right or wrong?
Wrong. He just got selfish. You're not going to convince me that a guy from Stanford's a dum-dum.
No!
Yeah, this is Sidney Justin from the Miracles.
So you heard yesterday's show at Roy Firestone. Didn't you hear a little clip about him going into the office where Smokey was at? That was really good material, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really funny, man.
Yeah, and then you heard him.
I thought it was hilarious. It was cool, though. It was cool. Really cool story, man. I enjoyed listening to that.
Right, and then he gave a couple of bars. Can you give us a couple of more from Ooh Baby Baby, and let's see if you could do it better than Roy Firestone? Come on, man!
All right, you know what? Why not? I did you wrong. My heart went out to play, but in the game I lost you. What a price to pay. Hey, I'm crying. Ooh, baby, baby. How's that, man?
That's
Is that okay? Is that good enough?
That's incredible. That's fantastic.
You know why? Because that's what you do. You're in the incredible business, Sid. That's awesome. Yes! Only on the Sports Circus. You're going to get sports? You get music? Okay, folks, welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, here with Brad Server, grandson of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges. And folks, make sure you check out our social media. That would be the Sports Circus on Twitter and also the Sports Circus on Facebook. And you can find the Facebook under Sal Circus. And also be sure to check out thesportscircus.com, all of our upcoming guests, our prior guests, our podcasts, who our team is, our partners, all kinds of neat stuff going on with the Sports Circus. Make sure you check us out. Always have great guests on here, just like today. All right, and folks, we're going to continue on with Brad Server, grandson of Curly Howard. And so, Brad, let me ask you a quick question. Now, obviously it was basically the family business, if you will, right? So, you know, you've got an uncle, you've got this, you got that, you got a great uncle, I should say. How many of the family members do you keep in touch with today?
Well, we still do some Three Stooge events. There's fan club meetings, and we have some Three Stooge big screen viewing events. And basically, Mo's daughter, Mo's son, Shemp's grandchildren, Larry's family, they're all doing great, and they come to these events, and we get together when we do these events. It wasn't like I said in the younger years. It wasn't like we were, my Uncle Shemp and my Uncle Mo. 'Cause most of the listeners do know, or they should know, that Mo, Curly, and Shemp were brothers. But we weren't having family dinners and stuff together. So it's just recently at these type of fan club events and stuff that I really got a chance to meet them and spend time with them. And they're amazing, amazing people. Just huge hearts. They know a lot about the Stooges. They know more about because their parents, Mo and Shemp, all them were alive, so they have the stories of actually their grandparents and their parents. So, but they're just wonderful people, absolutely wonderful.
Hey, Brad. By the way, do you happen to have an Uncle Pete? By the way,
an Uncle Pete?
Maybe an Uncle Pete that you don't know of. And
I have an Uncle Pete I didn't know about. No, I don't believe so. Is there a Pete?
Well, the reason I ask is because every time I see Pete Rose, he's got the same haircut of Mo Howard. He has the same exact haircut. And I was just wondering, maybe there was a relationship because, it kind of looks like him, too.
Hey, the Mo in our show has a gambling problem. You're on to something.
You could be right. Hey, listen, we got a caller calling in. We have Joey Pierogi from Chicago. Joey, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Guy. Brad, nice to talk to you. Curly G. Whoa.
Great stuff.
Hey,
so
Joey.
You have a question?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Nothing.
All right, Brad, I have one question. What was your favorite episode of the Three Stooges?
Disorder in the Court. One of my favorites.
Great. Put your hand on there. Raise your right hand.
That's right. Drop the banana killer.
Hey, Judgy Wudgy. We actually do that scene in the show. I don't want to give away the show, but in the Three Stooges live show, we've got that in there.
That's great. Raise your right hand. And then put your hand on the. Raise your right hand.
Ways, everybody should subscribe to your YouTube page. Just incredible.
Oh,
Big
man,
Baby, unbelievably funny. Laughed immediately when I saw it.
Thank you.
That's great stuff. So let me ask you this. All right, listen, in the last few minutes of the show, I want to find out, Brad, I mean, obviously you have another profession, but I also understand that you're a pretty damn good drummer, too, aren't you?
I dabble a little bit. So
Come on, man!
Comes a lot of great teachers. And, yeah, my brother's a piano player, and we all can sing a little bit. But, yeah, I picked up drumming I think I was about 16. I just was playing along to the radio. And a great story, I just moved into an area where I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anybody. This kid came over. He said, "Can I check you out?" He knew how to play. We became good friends. He wound up living with us for about 6 months, and he kept telling us he wanted to be a rock and roll drummer, even though he wasn't in quite a band and he didn't have a drum set. But within those 6 months, he went job to job to job, and he kept saying, "I'm going to be a drummer." My mom kept saying, "Steven, you need to apply yourself." Well, this kid finally said, after he moved out, he said, "I have a gig in Hollywood." And we went to go check out his gig at the Troubadour, and right under Great White and Rat and all the big names, right at the bottom, it says opening Guns N' Roses. This kid that had the dream and the aspiration to be a rock and roll drummer was Steve Adler from Guns N' Roses.
That's incredible!
Yes! Yes, I mean, whatever dream, this for the listeners, if you have a dream, go out there and get it, because I saw it firsthand that there's someone that really wants something, you can truly do that. So I picked up, playing the drums from watching him and just playing to the radio, and, that's something that I want to do. I never thought that I'd be doing live shows on stage, but I think now the next thing is I want to be in a rock and roll band. I want to play some music and jam with some fans and start bringing the music to the fans. So that's one of the things that I'm looking for in the near future. And I was in 2018. I was in my first 2 feature films. I had a small role in Cynthia, which is horror comedy, which is on demand now and on DVD. And then coming out later this year is Exorcism at 60,000 feet, which is going to blow your mind. It's just it's hilarious. So
excellent.
I want to continue to make movies, make music, and most of all, keep the laughter alive. That's what I do.
That is what you do. Exorcism at 60,000 feet? That's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Can't imagine that one. All right, so listen.
Crazy.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
Brad, we've got a couple of minutes left in the segment. Is there anything that you want to mention that you're working on here? Maybe something that you want to get out there to the people? Of course, all your social media and so forth, but what are you really working on that you want everybody to know about?
Well, most of all, the Three Stooges live show. I mean, the 3 shows that we've done have just touched so many people's hearts. And when I leave, I feel so good about that. So I really want people to follow Three Stooges Live on Facebook. And like I said, come on Brad Server's Facebook. Look up Curly's grandson, Curly G. All that stuff will get you to me. And then as we get these dates populated for 2019, I'll be making announcements and videos, video announcements. And I just want people to come to. I want to meet you. I want to meet the audience. I want to meet the listeners, and just to see the smiles on their face, and to take them out of, if they had a crappy day or they had a crappy week or they're having a crappy whatever, just to get a hour and 45 minutes away from that and just laugh and just be in a place that's good. And if I can make them think of the Stooges and put a smile on their face, that's what my mission is. Besides doing what I do with all the other stuff, that's kind of my number one thing right now is concentrating on bringing laughter and cheer to anyone that comes to our shows. And you know, like I said, someone find me, and guitar players and bass players and whoever, let's put together some music and let's make it happen.
Well, Brad, I got to tell you, the story's great, and I think it touches a part of America that people are kind of yearning for, man. They get tired of the same garbage that's on TV, and really that's all it is, same garbage in, garbage out, and people need something that is genuine and silly and goofy, and that is exactly what the Three Stooges brought to so many people literally around the world. And let's face it, these are times when everybody needs to laugh a little bit more, stop stressing so much, and I think what you're doing is fantastic, keeping the family business, so to say, alive and well.
What's the idea? Hit me with tin cans.
And you can listen to these. You can listen to these things over and over. It's your Uncle Mo. That's ridiculous. I mean, who is an Uncle Mo? You have an Uncle Mo, and you got a grandfather named Curly.
Great Uncle Mo.
That's unbelievable.
Amazing.
I mean, this is a real treat for the audience here. And, folks, let me tell you something. Not every day that you get to do a show like this. And, Brad, we want to welcome you again, and it was exactly what we had hoped it would be. So thanks for coming on to the Sports Circus today.
Oh, great. Absolutely. Thank you for having me. The Sports Circus is a great place to be. And I'm going to come see you in Vegas, and let's do a live video feed. Let's give it to them live.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds fantastic. All right. So for Brad Server, grandson of Curly Howard, and also I'd say grandnephew of Mo Howard, et cetera and so forth. Great having you on the show. And folks, make sure you check out the Sports Circus podcast in case you want to listen to this again in its entirety. Go to thesportscircus.com and just click on podcast for the particular day here. All right, for Brad and for Sammy, I am your Ringmaster Sal, and we'll see you next time right here on your favorite station. So long and have a great day.
Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you start up with capital, business strategy, sales, and marketing, and establish your company with a physical location or an online presence on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. then American Business Trust can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com. Or call them at 657-600-1876. That's American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They'll help your business right away. That's American Business Trust Company. Online at abtrustco.com. American Business Trust Company.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now